So today we're going to talk about pectin and its uses for radiation sickness, diarrhea, abdominal issues during nuclear war and survival situations. A lot of people tell you to use pectin as a substitute for potassium iodide, and that's incorrect. Pectin has several uses in a nuclear war environment. What you're going to find out if you actually look at the studies is that the studies were done based on two things. One, mitigating the effects of chemotherapy on cancer patients. The other one was mitigating the effects of radiation from nuclear power plant emissions. So the Chernobyl disaster put a lot of caesium into the ground, and this was actually consumed by animals and ultimately children through the food chain. So the heavy metals that were ingested is what pectin was used for in these studies. Now, what you'll find is the pectin that was used for chemotherapy patients was primarily citrus pectin. The pectin used for Chernobyl was apple pectin. And the difference in effectiveness between the two of them is based on the apple pectin having a larger chemical structure. So it does a better job of scouring the digestive tract. Now, pectin is seen in some countries as a food product, some a food supplement, in others it's considered a drug. So where you're at will determine the legal classification of this substance. Now on the internet here, they all tell you to use this stuff in nuclear war, but they don't tell you the dosage, they don't tell you the different kinds of pectin, and what they actually scrub out of your system. This is the best report you can get. It gives you a breakdown of the different types of pectin. It tells you the actual dosage rates they used on patients. This was published in France. You can get a copy of it from the internet. I would suggest you download this as soon as possible. This is the authorship of the study. Like I said, this is available online. This gives you the detailed title of this report, where it was published in France. This gives you the report number so you can look it up, as well as the authors. We'll go through this and I'll give you some of the information contained in here as a review of the material and how it's useful to you. Now, when you look at pectin, what you're going to find is it has two uses. One use is it soothes the digestive tract. So it's used as a homeopathic remedy for a lot of digestive ailments. So that's one usage. The other usage is it scrubs minerals from the digestive tract. And when it does this, it basically cleans the digestive tract out. So it's removing contaminants that have made it from other parts of your body to the digestive tract. Now, one of the important effects that nobody discusses is pectin has side effects also. And one of those side effects is it limits the availability of minerals to the body. So in this report, you have tables that shows you how pectin limits your absorption of other minerals you may need, and you may need to supplement those if you're using this. You know, on page 5 and 6 of this study, it goes through the different types of pectins, and it also tells you the side effects based on limiting the bioavailability of minerals based on the type of pectin. So you can use this as supplementary information to treat different things. Now on page 7, this goes through the different type of pectins, and it tells you what heavy metals that are contaminants that each type of pectin removes. And it tells you how it was measured, what the effects are, so on and so forth. This is vital information you really need to get. So the rest of this study, after these summary charts, what it does is gives you sources of articles and information that was used to compile this report. And to kind of summarize material I found from other sources, when you looked at Fukushima, they found that apple pectin was not effective at removing radioisotopes. And the conclusion they reached was the contamination level wasn't high enough that you could actually measure a benefit. So in the Ukraine and other parts of Eastern Europe after Chernobyl, they found that apple pectin was very effective at removing radioisotopes. And the contamination level there was much higher. Now, when you're looking through the literature, make sure you also look at the chemotherapy mitigation using citrus-based pectin. And you'll find some studies that say that was effective and some that say it wasn't. And keep in mind, you can buy and use different types of pectin, and in this report it tells you the source from the fruit that the pectin comes through. So you can actually make your own pectin from the actual fruit. One thing I'll caution you on is if you have people that are allergic to citrus or apple, you don't want to use those type of pectins on those people. So this gives you a little bit of background information. This is actual medical data in this report. So it'll give you the information you need if you choose to use pectin. Please share your thoughts. We'll see you on the next video.